Hello collective, and as you can see from the cover, we are going to be doing a very interesting pick-up pile reading today. So for starters, for those of you who are new here, I'm Kaymeraki, an energy reader who focuses on personal development for the feminine collective. And so when I say feminine, we know we all have masculine, feminine energies, but that was kind of my way of sneak peeking my announcement that I will be rebranding more to focus on the feminine energy, the feminine collective. This does not mean that if you are a man, you cannot book with me. I have had plenty of male readers. However, this could look like some men who are trying to get more in tune with their feminine energy, trying to be open to receiving more, trying to work on their intuition, things of that nature. So I don't want you to think that, oh, if you're a guy, you can't watch me, but I will be specializing in focusing on development of the women. So with that being said, we're going to hop straight into the reading. I'm going to show you a screen in a few moments, and based on the screen that I show you, pick a number 1, 2, or 3. You could be drawn to 2, but I want you to pay attention to the one that you cannot stop staring at, the one that keeps your attention. You don't have to necessarily like the image, but go to that. Meet me in the time description and let's get to it. Hello pile 1. So we're gonna hop straight into your reading. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm gonna be using the book The 48 Laws of Power to channel a law for you, and then we are going to get into your reading. I will be doing that toward the end of the read. So for now, allow me to pull your cards and get into your message. 2:22 on my timer as I tap into the energy by reading. I was trying to remember, like, did I have a specific topic? And so I guess because we're using the book, we're going to focus on just current energy messages and then what you need to hear on the subject of embodying more power. What does pile 1 need to hear when it comes to embodying their inner power a lot more? So pile 1. You're my givers. You're the person who's just going to show up. And I feel like lately you have not been wanting to give as much because you have had history with takers. And you're like, no, screw that. I'm always giving, but I'm not going to lie. This giving can simply mean allow somebody to give to you for once. You're always giving. Allow yourself to be put in a position to be gifted something. But I will be honest, for many of you, I'm going to go 2 main ways with this message. And one of you really does need to allow yourself to just take a break from giving. And this card comes with a message of generosity. It is a Father of Earth card. And when we think about just even masculine energy, a lot of people find themselves too much in their masculine, trying to give, trying to do, trying to be. And so this can look like you always trying to give people instruction. You always trying to give guidance, give whatever. And it's like, allow people to serve that for you. Allow something about you needing to speak less as well. I do feel like you will see more if that part of not allowing yourself to be receiving resonates for you. Then this means like you allow yourself to receive more simply because you're in the energy of not being so hard focused on giving. I am going to go to the book for this one because there's a specific, what is it? 41. There's a specific part in the book that I want you guys to see or hear. Be your own sugar daddy. Dream bigger and raise your standards. Enjoy the pleasures and riches of love, money, and or health. Risk-taking is discouraged right now. That may not resonate for everybody, but you're being encouraged to evolve and grow. It is also a message that can say you did it. And some of you could look like standing on better boundaries. However, it says, are you giving back enough? So this could also assist you. I feel like gratitude is coming through for this collective. This can also assist you with like kind of tapping back into that energy of gratitude, tapping back into that momentum. Because I feel like when lives, sometimes we forget how much we truly have. Sometimes we forget how gifted we truly are. And I said that the risking part was not for everybody because on the bottom of the deck, you have the risk it all card. And I definitely feel that for many of you, this means that you're going to be getting outside of your comfort zone. This means that you're going to have to be okay with giving energy and time into something. While this does say, yeah, it's something about, I will be honest, I don't think this is so much for many of you about like not giving, but it's about knowing when to shift what you are giving to. If you were giving a lot to someone else, then start giving more to yourself. If you were giving a lot to a dead-end job, start giving more to your skill development so you can find a better job or find more knowledge that can assist you with leveling up your monetary gains with ease. And so I'm definitely seeing that. One second. Sorry about that. I forgot to tell my family I was recording. If you know, you know. But yeah, it's definitely this energy that I'm seeing. I want you to look at your Saturn placement because I'm seeing that lately you have not been as disciplined as normal. Looking at your Saturn and your Sun is going to provide you. I'm also hearing Uranus, but I will be honest, the first thing that I felt was Saturn. So looking at your Saturn placement and looking at your Sun placement. And so giving an example, Saturn energy is what it's funny because they talk about being, let the universe be your sugar daddy, because Saturn energy is known to be daddy karma when it comes to astrology. And Saturn comes in like, okay, have you been doing what you need to do? Saturn comes in with a message to remind you that discipline is required for you. And so giving an example, if you were to have Saturn and Taurus, this looks like you needing to be slow and steady and knowing that constant efforts will be rewarded. So if you're somebody who falls off routines all of the time, that Saturn and Taurus will not be as potent because you're not pouring in. And so as we wrap up your message, I just want to go to the 48 laws of power and allow me to connect with those who would be clicking to Power One's timestamp, giving them a law that they really need to hear when it comes to their level up, whether this is money, personal life, relationships, whatever it may be. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Law 20. And this could look like a job for some of you. Like you're trying to commit to a job that they will fire you in an instant. It says, it is the fool who always rushes to take sides. Do not commit to any side or cause but yourself. By maintaining your independence, you become the master of others, playing people against one another, making them pursue you. And so again, what we talked, this really goes in with that giving energy, because it is about you knowing that like you need to allow people to start giving more to you. Like sometimes giving means allow people permission to give you something. People think that like giving more means that they need to find more to give. Power One, you've done enough. Okay, and so you getting this law lets me know, yes. A quote from Queen Elizabeth, something about like Great Britain or London could be relevant for this collective. A quote from her says, I would rather be a beggar and single than a queen and married. And so I don't know why she said that. I don't know why I felt guided to say this. So let me read the excerpt in the book. It says, Elizabeth had a good reason not to marry. She had witnessed the mistakes of Mary, Queen of Scots, her cousin. Resisting the idea of being ruled by a woman, the Scots expected Mary to marry and marry wisely, to wed a foreigner and to be unpopular. Okay. I think what Queen Elizabeth was saying, like, a lot of times with those types of establishments, when the woman marries, she loses her power. She becomes like subject to follow leads all the time. And so in her case, she says by marrying and committing to an alliance with one party or nation, she becomes embroiled with conflicts that are not of her choosing. So I do feel like for you, there's a message that you need to stop being so quick to commit. I don't care if the food is good. Don't commit to saying that's your favorite food. I don't care if this friend seems perfect or this lover seems ideal. Do not be so quick to, oh yeah, because people show you exactly who they are. And so I do feel like you need to not, like, sometimes you lose your power when you are quick to commit, directly or indirectly. And it's not about manipulating people at all. Because I know sometimes this book can come with like what could seem like manipulating, but it's about standing in your power, standing in your ground. And oh, yes, I love this message. Since power depends greatly on appearances, you must learn the tricks that will enhance your image. Refusing to commit to a person or group is one of these. When you hold yourself back, you incur not only anger, but also a kind of respect. You instantly seem powerful because you make yourself ungraspable rather than succumbing to the group or the relationship as most people do. This aura only grows with more time. As your reputation for independence grows more and more, people will come to you to desire you, wanting to be the one you commit to. Desire is like a virus. If we see that someone is desired by other people, we tend to find this person desirable too. Oh my God. And you know what? I love this to be the message as I'm talking about, tapping more into the feminine collective. I'm not even going to lie, Power One. I did not mean to make y'all message that long, but it's fine. Y'all message was just so good. I got drawn into it. But yeah, Power One, it's definitely this energy of like knowing sometimes giving more simply means allowing people to give to you, because you're giving them permission to give you love, give you gifts, give you accolades, give you credit, whatever that looks like. And so Power One, I definitely feel like there is a huge message to not commit, whatever that means to you. It's like not right now. I feel like committing will cause more chaos and disruption than anything else. And sometimes it's not about the thing in itself, but about the timing. Like, oh, maybe I should have waited on that investment because I could have used that money for something else. So With that being said, Pile 1, y'all had such an amazing message. I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to provide you with guidance, clarity, and insights. Let me know down below how the law or reading resonated for you. I truly love reading your comments. I love responding to them. I love engaging with you guys. And I would love to invite you to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications so I can see you in the next one. Talk to you soon. Hello, Pal 2. Let's get started. Hopped right into your message. I already pulled your card. And so you have Father of Fire. I can say, if you've been drawn to Pal 1, I would definitely go watch that. I'm really tapping into these two pals really having to channel more masculine energy. Now, granted, if you're not drawn to pal 1, no worries, you're going to get your messages here. But it's just a message of, I feel that you have or will be very soon getting this spark back, getting this, like, you could have felt like you was distracted or felt like you fell off, or you could have felt like something was off, but it's like you're really stepping back into that mode. Like, I don't know if y'all know Baby Drew, and he like, if I look like chilling, man, I'm in that mode. I had to clean it up because he did not say that. But it's definitely a message for you. Literally, the affirmation that comes with this card says, I am going for it. And Pal 2, I'm not going to lie, I don't know what you're going for. You could also be seeing literally 222, 444, 666 for a very few of you, because I'm getting a lot of even energy, even 888 for a few. It says, if you have a yes or no question, the answer is yes. It's like stepping forward. Time is now for that big, passionate vision. Your qualities as a natural born leader are required for you to get something done. As usual, you're trying to wear all hats, but that will stagnate your growth. You need to pour in your current endeavor. And it's funny because, again, referencing Part 1, y'all message, I can just see the overlap. It's like this throne energy, and you know you want, again, we're talking about power today. That's why I'm bringing this book, 48 Laws of Power. You know you want more power. You know you want to step into that divine essence of who you are, but it's going to require you to know you cannot do everything. Some of you may be needing to look into how you can invest into other opportunities that allow you to do less and earn more. That is one thing that I'm seeing with the working class that we all have to embody, even on the subject of some service providers that are entrepreneurs. Like, I know I'm honestly looking into hiring an assistant sometime next year because I cannot do everything. I just can't. Okay. And so I can resonate with this energy for you guys, knowing that, like, there's something with you going to have to be okay with getting into a position of watching people do something you used to do. It's fine, because you have one or a handful of things that you're great at, and then some of the things that you're trying to do, there are other people that are way better than you. And for many of you, you could feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna afford. How can I afford? Get that small mindset out. You have this throne energy. You cannot think small, Pal 2, and I'm not even joking. Also partnered with the patriarch. Patriarch energy. You need to be a little more unapologetic about how you go about this. Some of you sometimes feel feel bad for like doing better. I don't know what feeling small resonated for somebody, but the patriarch, because it came out in reverse, it says you are out of order. Some of you could be acting controlling or even undisciplined. This can also show up as a wounded healer energy or petty tyrant energy. Neither extreme is who you truly are. And so I want you to reflect, Pal 2, on how have I been a little too controlling, because you can lose your power by trying to control everything. I'm literally hearing a quote, control the controllables. And one of my friends was telling me that like a month or so ago. And it's just giving me this message that you're going to have to be unapologetic with walking in what you do. And so that looks like, giving an example with me, let's just say I know I'm channeling something, but I don't want to offend anybody. That's why I tell people, like, I don't care. If you're watching me, you're resonating with me, 9 times out of 10, you need to hear it. I have people DM me, comment, like, I don't like your messages, but I need them. That's the point. Like, there's a lot of things we don't like, but we need. And if y'all think I read y'all should hear how I talk to myself. I be in my readings like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I have no mercy on myself. So when I come to y'all and I'm softening it up, I be like, dang, I thought I was. Anyways, though, PAL 2, 3, 4, 5 could be relevant for you. It is just giving me this message that I need you to know. EFT tapping over different energy centers. Look that up. That could be something that helps you regulate your nervous system, because I don't know what you're doing. I need you to be able to trust this path of where you are going. And even look at, like, this energy is like, when I look at these cards, it's nothing but royalty. The patriarch, look how he's sitting up. I feel like, Pal 2, you're so freaking wise. You are so wise. But I also feel like, again, going back to earlier when I accidentally said the word small, I don't know if life makes you feel small. You feel inexperienced. You feel young. You're new to something. You're like, I don't know if I could be. Yes, you can. If not you, then who? Like, you're literally wired for whatever this is. And you have to stop seeing yourself so freaking small. You have to start. Some of y'all identify with y'all age too damn much. Who cares if you're that age? I know a 17-year-old millionaire. I forgot his name. But he's a serial entrepreneur. He has like 10, 11 businesses that are all profiting 1 million. There's a shadow aspect to that, because he did come out and say he felt like he didn't have much time in his innocence as a kid, because he was making money like 14, 15, where other kids playing around, goofing off, dating around, and doing all these other things. Not saying he didn't have time for it, but he was like, life really made him, force him to grow up. And so I also feel like this can go two ways. Some of you, people look at you and they're like, oh my God, wow. But people don't realize a lot of what you had to deal with that came with, you know, your gifts. Or you could look at other people and be like, oh my God, wow. Like when I look at Beyonce, I always speak on her. I resonate with some of her astrology placements. But she talks about, like, even in 16 Carriages, she started feeling like child labor because she's working all of the time. Keke Palmer. These women had to work at a young freaking age. And oh my God, you know what? I was gonna shuffle through it, but the law that I just opened up to, I feel like it's for you guys. Law 35, master the art of timing. Again, when we were talking about you can't do everything else, like that can affect your timing. It says never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays the lack of control over yourself and over time. Always seem patient, as if you know that everything will come to you eventually. Become a detective of the right moment. Sniff out the spirit of times, the trends that will carry you to your power. Learn to stand back when the time is not yet right, and to strike fiercely when it has reached its fruition. And so I definitely feel like for you guys, it is just really about knowing that you cannot always recover time. So it's important to know, I need to make this shot. I haven't been loud about this, but one of my recent manifestations was having a millionaire mentor. And one thing that I've had in a short amount of time with working with this man is that he will ask me something, or like when we're planning or something, it's like, now. He does not waste time. And it's like, I remember one time he gave me an opportunity for something. He was like, I need it done now. And it's like, he wasn't saying he needed it in that way, but it's one of those things where I can see he's like, here's your shot. I remember one time he literally put me on blast, like, oh, you want to give this a try? And I'm like, and a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not ready. I don't know. No. When you are in certain rooms with certain people, you have certain opportunities. You better seize the freaking moment. Like there are times where like I had sales. People like, oh, can you extend it? Seize the moment. Stop thinking so small about things, especially for stuff that I do. Like, honestly, a lot of what I do is not that expensive, but I'm not going to go there. It's like, I need y'all to know there's something about you needing to seize moments and seize opportunities and stop treating them so small. Okay? And it says time is an artificial concept that we ourselves have created to make the limitless of eternity and the universe more bearable, more human. Since we have constructed the concept of time, we're able to mold it to some degree, to play tricks with it. And I need you guys to realize, what is this? Let me read this. There are 3 kinds of time for us to deal with. First, there's a long time, the drawn out, years long kind of time that must be managed with patience and gentle guidance. And then knowing about, so I think also this is for you, your long-term goals, like being patient with your long-term goals. And then there's another one, forced time. The trick in forcing time is to upset the timing of others. Okay, I can see how my mentor did that with me, because I remember he gave me an opportunity that was like, you got to get it done right now. And what did I do? Get it done. That's not to be manipulative, but it's to know how you can almost maneuver things to be in your favor, okay? And so one last timing is going to be the end time. You can play the game with the utmost artistry, waiting. I feel like this is kind of some things I might even do with my business. Like once that ends, that window ends, it's over with. And so I definitely feel like, again, I love these messages so far that I'm giving you guys, because these laws are really allowing you guys to step further in your power, to know the power you hold. And when you act on your power, people move accordingly. Opportunities, experiences, and just resources will align in your favor. And know that, pal, to embody it to the fullest degree, okay? With that being said, pal, it was such a pleasure connecting with you. Comment down below how the law or reading resonated. I truly love reading your comments. It is always a pleasure. Make sure you like, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one. What is up, pile 3? So I already pulled your card. Let's get into your message. So you have this water sign energy is heavy. I don't know if you have prominent water placements. Your chart is water dominant, but I have the card representing Cancer energy and then Pisces on the bottom of the deck. And so you have the monarch, which represents victorious energy. And then underneath, it's about sacrifice and self-reflection. I want to talk about this monarch first, because this monarch comes with a message about forward movement, progression. Like this is literally that go-getter card. If you've been thinking about an apartment, a car, a home, a new business idea, even a new relationship for some of you, I see you being able to move forward in a direction that's going to be fulfilling. Am I saying that it's going to be exactly what you think? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that this is going to be predictable, but I see that the way this thing works out will be with so much ease. You're going to get more ease when you do less. A lot of the messages I'm channeling so far is about knowing, like, this 48 laws of power is really showing you guys your power by doing less. And so I feel like the more you meditate, the more you go within, things are going to be working themselves out. Things you were stressing over, you like, oh, that done worked out, I'm not even worried about it. That's the message for you, Pal 3. I'm going to read from the book very briefly because I feel like some of you could be going through something, and sometimes it could feel like no way out when you're in the middle of it. Take a deep breath and buckle up. You will overcome this challenge. You are loved, you are protected, you are supported, and your vision and hard work is paying off in a big way. Your vision is meeting your drive. Call back your power to you now and move forward. There's no need to be uncertain. You are on the right path, but your confidence and determination are needed. Take charge. I feel like one of them teachers who be reading to kids and they look up and sorry. And so, Kendrick Lamar is relevant. The affirmation that comes with this says, I have royalty in my DNA. Some of you literally have royalty in your lineage, but like literally ascended masters vibes. Or it's just like you come from people with money, money will come from you. Like, I think it's one of those things. Akashic Records is coming through for this collective. If you've been looking into that, doing meditations on that, getting readings on that, it's going to be good for you. We sleep on lineages that we didn't know, especially if we don't have anything tangible to represent them. It's something about you have so much potential to be a major freaking mark in your lineage. People will know you. It's something about, I'm literally downloading so much for you, Pal 3, game changer type vibes. And so literally you need to get on your plan, get on your Zoom, and get going. It's go time. If we fail to plan, we plan to fail. For many of our ancestors, planning was a luxury they did not have. This is your nudge to keep going and get your strut on. And some of you could feel a little confused and or discombobulated on the subject of a plan. That's why you need to surrender. Stop trying to do everything yourself. And what I mean by that is like you're trying to do, think. No. Allow certain things to come to you once you put out your affirmation, you put out your meditation. Put it all on hold. There's a difference between letting go and giving up. And I do feel like for you, it's one of those things where it's like when you let go so much of the how or even the why, it's going to work itself out. It's literally that simple. It says you're not being punished, although it can feel like it. Wait. Take a moment to reflect. There's a luxury that many of your predecessors did not have. It is important you surrender to this project, to this outcome, to this relationship. You have to surrender. You are not going to be the one who controls everything all the time. And I do feel like in the spiritual community, when we know we create our reality, sometimes that mindset can feel like, oh, but I thought, what I mean by that is we are co-creating. While we are responsible for certain intentions we set, we're not going to know how these things are going to come through. Nobody truly knows. Even with Steve Jobs, while he was working at Apple, I want to pause and throw out a disclaimer because I had somebody feel offended when I was speaking on certain people who are like thriving in capitalism. And no way am I worshiping these people, but I don't have to like you to learn from you. That's my mindset with anything and anybody. So hear me and hear me clearly when I say that. Going back to my example with Steve Jobs, he didn't probably know it was going to be the iPhone. If you look at his track record, he had so many different things. He had the iPod, the little MP3 player. He had so much, the nano player. He did not know it was going to be the iPhone. He knew it was going to be cutting edge technology. He knew that this company was it for him, but he did not know, and it's just about knowing that, like, you guys, I'm literally hearing hair. It's something about somebody could be interested in hair. Something about, I feel like I have some service providers watching me right now. Like, you may not know what service or the way you do the service or the clients you have that's going to make you blow. You just have to surrender to your craft, surrender to what you're doing. You don't know the moment it's going to happen. Let's be for real. You don't. And so knowing that, it's about knowing it is okay to surrender. 444, as I'm saying this, you need to do some shadow work on why is it so hard for you to surrender? Why is it so hard for you to let control? I'm hearing you had an issue with the father figure. And I really do feel like for you, you want to really do some shadow work on that, because it's funny. Pal 1 and 2, I was getting a lot of masculine cards. Cancerian and Piscean energy is really feminine. I know Cancer's feminine. I want to assume Piscean is feminine as well. I could be wrong. But these are really feminine energies compared to Pal 1 and 2 that I got. And I do feel like for you, sometimes you're a little too much in your feminine. You know that you are supposed to be open to receiving, but you use that as an excuse to be so damn passive on how things are going to play out. And it's about you knowing that there is beauty in the struggle and you need to work, my love. You need to work. I don't know how. I don't know on what. You know that. And if you don't know, go into meditation about it. It is okay to not know. It is okay to be scared. It does not have to be perfect, pile 3. So allow me to flip through very quickly. And we're just going to see, what message do I feel called to tell pile 3 about? What law? Let me flip that. Damn, I'm deep in this law. Law 43. That's interesting. Pile 3 got a 3 in it. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. A person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn, and the way you seduce them is to operate on their individual psychologies and weaknesses. Soften up the resistance by working on their emotions, playing on what they hold dear and what they fear. Ignore the hearts and minds of others. They will grow to hate you. So I definitely feel like for you, I said I was channeling service provider energy. You cannot forget about the consumer or the receiving end of your thing. So give me an example, going back to Steve Jobs. He knows that people need something that's going to be like completely innovative, never seen before, cutting edge, revolutionary technology. So he thinks about, what would that be for the consumer? How can I get them to just love my product? As a hairstylist, what are some new things that you can do that makes people like, oh, I want to sit in their chair? Whatever you do, I need you to think about the receiving end of what you're doing and really cater to them. When I do my messages, I'm not always like, oh, what I need to tell them, what I want to talk about. Absolutely not. Every intention I go into is, how can I serve the collective? What do they need to hear? I'm going to be honest, y'all run me. Whether y'all realize it or not, y'all, I do everything for you guys watching me. I'm like, how can I help them? How can I help them grow? How can I better them? And it's like, whatever you're doing, it's not about you. It's way bigger than you, and you needed that reminder. I feel like sometimes you have a big head and that gets in the way of it. And it's like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I kind of want to read in a little to this. Keys to power. In the game of power, you are surrounded by people who have done absolutely no reason to help you unless it is in their interest to do so. And if you have nothing to offer to their self-interest, you're likely to make them hostile, or they will just see you just one more competitor, one more waster of their time. Think about so many people who have projects, businesses, corporations, whatever. They know it's not about them. I've been in company meetings like MIT, the CDC. It's always, for the most part, about the receiving end. What do we need for the people? The CDC putting out stats to let people know about awareness. Even when I was working, I'm not even gonna say that, sorry. Certain things I feel like, you know, how it'd be classified. It wasn't nothing bad, but it was like, I remember when I was working and their strategy was going about, how can we get their interest? Everything works like that, and that is the world that we live in. So I need you to get off your high horse and know that your thriving will come in when you are serving on a completely new level. And you want to get to a point to where you can serve a larger group and do less. A lot of you are trying to serve by doing more, and it's about, no, think smarter with your brain and not harder with your arms. Hey, this shirt kind of hard, by the way. Shout out 𝐤𝐤𝐬. That's my homeboy clothing brand. But yeah, like I said, Power 3, I like y'all message. Y'all really have to learn how to tap into the people that's receiving you. How can I serve? How can I help? How can I really have them feeling fulfilled? Because that's what it's about. With that being said, this does conclude your message. Let me know in the comments how the law or the reading resonated below. Thank you guys for allowing me to provide you with guidance, clarity, and insights. Make sure you turn on post notifications and subscribe. So I'll see you in the next one.